Loves, I hope all is well. I just, oh my gosh, yeah, the language today, not so good. um, I've been getting a lot of downloads, a lot of information, a lot of upgrades over the last couple of weeks, and the most recent one is very much they just keep repeating, "Don't get lost in spiritual quest." Like to share that message, don't get lost in the spiritual quest. So there's information overload, obviously, on social media, and our teams are just saying, "Hey, there's no right, there's no wrong. As long as you're right doesn't cause anyone harm, then do what resonates best with you and make sure that you're taking that time to really focus on you and your feelings, your emotions, the things that empower you rather than the things that disempower you." So there's, I guess you'd say, two sides to the coin. So, some people are, well, actually, I had a conversation with a client about, she had had interaction with some of her clients, and they were telling her that she needs to make sure that she's, you know, preparing for the world to end kind of thing. So, canning, and they got chickens, and they're building a bunker and all these kinds of things. And she was just feeling very confused about the information because they were very political about it, like, um, the government and all this kind of stuff. And she said it just didn't resonate with her, but she understood, and she felt like maybe she was not doing, like, she was doing something wrong. Or when we give ourselves permission just to be in alignment with ourselves, be in alignment with our highest timeline, and listen to our inner voice, listen to our intuition and our spirit team, and work within our energy of our highest timeline, then we are guided in a place that comes from our authenticity and comes from our power. So the way I received the information when I was discussing this with her was that those people were very much in a fear based mentality. So they could see a broader picture, a bigger spectrum, but it was still coming from fear because they were fearful of, you know, world end things like, oh, we bought chickens, and we were, learning how to can, and we're learning about herbs and all this kind of stuff, which is phenomenal. But where that was coming from within them was fear based. So we're doing this because we're scared rather than we're doing this because it feels good. Our teams are so insistent right now on do what helps you to feel empowered and to feel good and to feel aligned with that frequency of love, aligned with that frequency of harmony and peace, and that place of empowerment where you are your co-creator. You have that awareness of your creative power, and you're creating from that place of love. You're creating from that place of higher perspective. You're creating from that place of your highest timeline. So even though there's a lot of information out there, try not to overwhelm yourselves. Take what resonates in any given situation and leave what doesn't. Don't try to force something to fit, or don't try to make logical sense of certain things when there really is no human logic in this whole transformation, this whole transition, and this all the things that we've experienced, and the timeline jumping and everything. There's simply a knowing within you, within each of us. And when you do that inner work, when you do that inner healing, when you give yourself permission to surrender to your full healing, and give yourself permission to really be, just be present, be in your highest and greatest good, be the vibration of your highest and your greatest good, and only allow that authentic information to enter your frequency, because then you are guided from that place of your inner source, your inner self, your highest timeline, all of the things that are keeping you in that alignment with the things that are best for you in this life. And stepping away from that fear completely, and trusting that everything is falling into place as it's meant to, and that you are exactly where you need to be, and that you are the power. So when you come from love, when you come from that place of authenticity and trust, you're coming from that purest place of yourself, because the more love we open ourselves to receive, the more love we align ourselves with, the more love we see within ourselves, we allow ourselves to see that outside of ourselves as well. So again, we are magnetic, and what we think about, we bring about, and all of these kinds of things, as within, so without. as above, so below, like everything that we know within us, whether you're working with your Akashic records, whether you're working with your Kundalini, whatever you're working with, your chakras, whatever. It's all about you being in your strength, you being in your power, you being in your alignment with your authentic self, with your source self, and being human in order to live this human life in the most beautiful, beneficial, harmonious, and balanced and peaceful way. So make sure that you're just taking that time to, you know, go within. Ask yourself those questions. Ask your team for that divine guidance and that confirmation, so to speak. Okay, so I'm gonna ask. Oops. I'm gonna ask you. Just gonna pull a couple of cards. So, are you feeling number one? Or are you feeling number two? Okay. So, if you're feeling number one, it says, "My faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love." So your teams are saying to remember that the energy that you're experiencing is coming from within you. So if you are seeing things that are inciting a sense of fear, then that is something that you need to clear out from within you, and that's something that you need to work on from within you, so that you are clearing the static. They're showing me static, so they're clear the static so that you're able to receive the authentic truth of who you are, of the power that you are, and everything that you have within yourself to create, this beautiful life that you are ready to experience. Because the fear that is lingering is 3D and old programming. They're saying to allow yourself to release that old programming. Be very mindful of your thoughts. Use mindfulness practices, and take responsibility for your emotions. Take responsibility for you digging in deeper and coming into that alignment with the highest frequency, and being that alignment of your highest timeline, being that in that place of self-love and authenticity, so that you can clear out the fragmented energies that are kind of like leftover energy, so to speak. So they're saying, step in, this is your time, step into your power. Step into your power. Okay, if you're feeling number two, and a spider just crawled up my wall, which I will not kill, even though I want to. Okay, number two, rewriting the subconscious. The more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. So be mindful of where you are giving your attention, like what you're giving your attention to. So you can choose to feel good every day, no matter what's going on outside of you, no matter what is transpiring in anything that you have no control over. So they're saying relinquish control of the uncontrollable, and remember that you are the power of your universe. You are the center of your universe, and it's really time for you to engage and integrate that understanding and that knowing within your heart center. Because when you work to connect your heart and your higher mind, you are working to connect with your source self, and to be in your power, to be in your place of authenticity, and to be in your place of just saying, like, feeling whole and feeling at peace. And I don't know what's going on out here. I don't know, what's coming forward, but I trust in it because I know it's for my highest and my greatest good. So just asking you to get out of the thinking mind, because it's old energies that are surfacing in order to be cleared. So they're saying to remember your power and to stand in your authenticity. Okay, now for a collective. Oneness is my true nature. So our teams are just reminding us that we're all connected. We all breathe the same air. We all live on the same earth. We all eat the same foods from our earth. We all need the same sunshine, the moon, the water. Like, we are all connected energetically, and that we are stepping into a community, well, and into like a sense of community, a sense of harmony. And it's really important for us to understand. And our second card, exploring unity consciousness. I am open. Sorry, I am one eternal light appearing as all. So again, we are one. We are all doing our inner work for ourselves, but also for the collective energy, so that we all experience this beautiful human unity consciousness, where we are moving back to that sense of community, where we are moving back to that sense of, we care about each other. And it's not, everybody's best friends, but it's about, I respect your life. You're not causing anyone harm. live your life, and getting into that unity consciousness and bringing in the love. So standing in your light, standing in your power, and always holding that energy of source love and sharing that with the collective is very important right now.